What's up, guys? I'm cold.
Hey everybody, it's Jake here, and today I'm going to help you take apart your dash, controls, and switches to upgrade your standard light bulbs into LEDs so that you can go from these old, dim, and sickly green lights into bright, brilliant, and beautiful lights like these for any color that you like. Without further ado, let's jump into this video. This is Adventure GT.
We're going to start by removing the shifter. Get this little bezel out of the way because we got to get that bezel out of the way so that we can get screws behind the dash. And then this switch has got to come out of the way too because there's screws all hidden up throughout this dash. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take this apart first. And I believe if you have an automatic, you have to shift it down to low or 1 because I believe this bezel won't come off with the gear shifter all the way up. Once we get the shift knob out, we're free to go ahead, pull up on the back of this. It's only spring retainers holding the thing in. So it just pops up like that. Don't worry about breaking it. And then we're going to get at these two Phillips head screws. Go ahead and pull those out so we can grab this pocket next. Take that one out. Pull that one out. That's gone forever. Okay, now the pocket's free. Alright, let's go ahead and rip this ashtray out. Go ahead and open that up. Push down on this tab right here. The whole assembly comes out pretty easily. Pull that. Just give it a light tug. And then working your way around. Go ahead and pull that up there. Get that cup holder pulled out too. Light tug. And that whole assembly can come out, except you got to pull the wires. And taking the wires out of the cigarette lighter, just wiggle that up, wiggle that back and forth, and that comes free. This light up here, it's not going to focus. The little ring lighter on the cigarette lighter, it's got a little push tab right there. Push that down. Perfect. Got those wires disconnected. Do not forget to plug those in. I made that mistake in my last video, but now we are free to take the whole assembly off, and you can see the Phillips head screws holding the dash on right there. All right, this one was actually a little tricky. I stuck my 2 fingers way back here and was able to get enough pull. If you had 2 hands and didn't have a camera, you could probably get a little screwdriver in there, make it a lot easier on yourself. But we'll go ahead and undo those wires. And then you can hit the other Phillips head screw right there. Okay, yeah, just get your pliers in and, cut these right here. I'm not just kidding. Don't cut your wires. But over here to the side, you can see those same little push tabs on all 3 of those clips. Push those out, and these switches will just pop free. Just wiggle it free like that. Perfect. Okay, last one. There we go. Alright, and you can see right there, little red and white, are those little Neo Wedge lights that we're going to be replacing. So, I think this guy right here is burned out when the light's on. It's supposed to illuminate the word and have a little LED right up in there too. Go ahead and get the HVAC controls out of the way next. You see, you're not going to be able to see. I already pulled that screw out, so that you don't have to see that, but right back there, you can barely see the Phillips head screw right there that pulls this whole unit out. Alright, cool. With those 2 screws removed, actually there's supposed to be 4, but don't judge me. Pull up this Phillips head screw right here, and that one right there. And this whole unit can come out. All right, I lied to you guys. It's not just the cords. It's actually got this blend door cable right down there. There's a little metal clip in there that it needs to come out, and then the cable comes free, but I've been messing with it for a while, and it's a pain in the ass. Other people have said that it's easier to disconnect the cable from the actual box itself, but that's also a lot of work. So I think I can barely make it out right there. You can see that little Neo Wedge light there and there. There's actually one on the bottom side too, but I'm gonna try to get those out without dismantling the rest of it. Okay, that's the one I'm working on right now. I was able to stick the screwdriver in the dash and just untwist it a little bit to unlock it. And then the little guy just pops right out. There's a little bugger. As you can see, just locked into place like that. All right, let's get that new bulb in there. These are just some cheap LEDs I found on Amazon, WLJH. I read some good reviews on them, although, you know, they are made in China, but they are just some cheapies. And I'm going to be going with this ice cool blue color. I think it'll really make my dash pop. Alright, the bulbs you want for your dash are these T10s. Also in the dash are these T5s. And the switches and climate controls are all T3s Neo Wedge. They're like really tiny ones. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Just a reminder that you don't want to touch the actual LED or bulb chip itself. So wear some gloves, not heat yourself later. Okay, that took an embarrassingly long time. I probably should have just gone down below to disconnect the cable and drag it all the way out, like they were recommended, but I was stubborn. Anyways, I got all 3 bulbs replaced. There's the new one in right there. And I was able to turn this upside down and have enough clearance to get access and put that one in. And you can see that it was able to spin, and my cable still works, so no harm, no foul. Let's see what the lights look like. There we go. Got the lights all plugged in. As a reminder, LED bulbs have to have the correct polarity, so you may have to take the bulbs out, flip them around, and put them back in. That's why you want to test your lights before you button everything back up. So I'm going to flip these lights around, put them back together, and see what they look like. Got that one all flipped around, so yeah, those aren't looking too bad at all. I'm going to get that reassembled, taken care of, and move on to the rest of the dash. Let's take care of those switches next. You just push down on that tab, you can remove the switch. Alright, got the switches out. You can see the T3 Neo Wedge bulbs right there. Go ahead and swap those out for LEDs next. Well, I'm kind of bummed out. The little socket I got is a little too big and it won't actually fit down in the switch. So I guess we'll worry about that later. I'm quickly losing daylight, but let's keep trucking along on this. We got a Phillips head screw right there. One right down in there. Opposite side. Plus that one right there. And then up top we've got 2 more. And this whole bezel should come out. So now, should be able just to grab it and pull it free. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the steering wheel as far as possible, just to help out with getting the gauges out. Alright. You will have to disconnect the wires to your hazard light to get this out. Oh, what else is holding you on? Oh. It's caught underneath the steering wheel. There we go. Pop that out. Ta-da! So, let's go ahead and tilt this up out of the way. And you can see the wires back there. There we go. All right, so we'll disconnect the gauges, get the whole cluster out of the way. Got a place to put my phone. All right, there we go. All right. Cue. Gauge cluster removed. And show you guys back here. 3 little connectors, same thing we've been dealing with all day. Little push downs. The lighting was not really good out there, so we're indoors now. Show you what we're dealing with. Flip the cluster over. So we got T10 here, T10 there, and there. And the rest of these little guys are your T5s, but I think I'm only gonna replace this one and this one. See what that looks like. All right, again, got to worry about polarity and not touching the bulb itself, so guess we just go with it and hope for the best. It's in. Alright, let's get it lined up again, twist it into place, rinse and repeat. Move on to these T5s. I went with bulbs that have chips on the side and the top, because that was recommended for better light distribution, but I guess we'll find out. Get that locked into place. All right, got everything swapped out that I want. I'm gonna take it back to the car, get it plugged in, see what it looks like, see what bulbs need to be flipped, turned upside down, and get back to you guys in just a little bit. Well, not bad at all. Looks like I got the 2 in the middle have to be flipped around. Other than that, that's gonna look really good. All right, let me swap those bulbs around and get right back to it. All right, guys, so I got everything back reassembled. Unfortunately, working by flashlight out here because this project got a little away from me. But here, I'll turn off the lights and show you what the LEDs are looking like. So, didn't get the switches done, but everything else is looking pretty cool. These are the LEDs in their lowest setting. I took a T5 in there too, but these can really pump up the brightness by a lot, so they're pretty cool.
I'm really happy with the way these turned out. Just one more thing, might as well switch the radio to match the rest of the display. That'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. This is Jake with Adventure GT, and I'll catch you guys later.